Thank you so much, members of the press. Welcome to this important press gathering. On behalf of South Sudan Football Association, I send my greeting to all our amazing sport journalists who are trying every day under hot sun to bring news to our people at their comfort. We are holding this press conference to highlight the media on the importance of the upcoming event and the detail regarding the upcoming event. With me here is Mr. Andrew Jackson Oriada, Communication Officer from CECAFA. South Sudan, for the first time, is going to host the General Assembly for CECAFA. And this General Assembly for CECAFA is historic for the country that became a nation of its own 14 years ago. It's a privilege. Our nation and the people of South Sudan are seeing that the country and the football family is gaining an attention of the world by hosting this big event. And for us, as a country, as a federation, we put so much effort to have everything needed for the host to be in place. And so far, we have made sure we have the venue available. Our guests are accommodated, and our guests were well received. Today we received a number of presidents from CECAFA country, and outside the CECAFA countries we also received other dignitaries as well. This General Assembly is a milestone for South Sudan Football Association, and it's another door opening for our nation to host leaders from almost 20 countries into our nation. Like I always say, football is a tool of public diplomacy, and having a gathering of dignitaries in this capacity itself is a great joy to the country, and it's a turnaround to the country. A nation that is not peaceful, a nation that has no activities, a nation that is not competing with the world and with the region, does not host events such as like this. For the few other details of the CECAFA General Assembly, I will allow my brother to highlight on some of the preparation from their side. But from us at South Sudan Football Association, tomorrow we will receive the arrival of Mr. Wallace Kiari, the president of CECAFA, and he will come along with other invited guests. So the journalists are invited to be at the airport tomorrow at 6 to receive his arrival. We know this is not the first time South Sudan is hosting world leaders. Last year we hosted the president of FIFA for the inauguration of this amazing stadium. We hosted also last year president of CAF, and now we are expecting the president of CECAFA, meaning the global football leadership have visited this country. So by hosting this event, we believe it will open door for us. It will open door for the projects of football that are in our pipelines to push for the development of football in South Sudan. My brother Riedo, you can also shed light on the rest of the preparation.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy to be here. Andrew Jackson Oriada, my name's like my brother Albino said. I'm the head of marketing and communication at CECAFA. CECAFA is the Council of East and Central Africa Football Associations, and you always have to remember that CECAFA is made out of 12 members, including Zanzibar, who are associate members at CAF. We are so happy to be here. For the first time, like he said, South Sudan is going to host a very big event. Hosting a CECAFA Ordinary General Assembly is not something small, and we need to thank the president of SSFA, General Agustino Madwot, because he put up his hand. It's not that CECAFA forced this General Assembly on South Sudan, no. It was the president of the association who put up his hand and said, we are ready to host this event. So we need to thank him, because it's not something small, and as a football family in the zone, we are very happy to be here, and everybody who has gotten here now, they are very happy with the reception, and of course the hospitality. You know, it's so nice when you are received so well and people are very happy. It's a football family at the end of the day. Like he said, the Ordinary General Assembly will take place on 22nd. It will be at the Imperial Plaza Hotel. It will start at 10, exactly 10. And we have presidents from the 12 countries together with their general secretaries. We shall have also representatives from FIFA, 2 representatives from FIFA. We shall have 2 from CAF. We're actually lucky to be having the head of member associations, Sarah Mukuna. She'll be here also to attend the General Assembly. And we are having also members from other zones. There are those coming from Cameroon, UNIFAC. There are those coming from Niger, Nigeria. So they are so happy to be coming to South Sudan to interact with members of this zone. And what is bringing them together? It's football. You see, football brings all of us together. So let's, as the media come, let's give this General Assembly the coverage that it so deserves. Yeah, because the media, you have the fourth estate, you have a very strong part that you play. Because if you don't put out the news there, if you don't publish positivity, then the world will not know what's happening. So it's upon the media to make sure that you give this General Assembly the attention that it so deserves. So, but before the General Assembly on Wednesday, which is 22nd, we shall be having some events tomorrow. That is like committees, the competitions committee, the finance committee. They will be sitting to try and discuss before the General Assembly on Wednesday. And then also on Wednesday after the Assembly, we are going to have a friendly match here. You will see some of us on the pitch playing, of course. You will see some of the presidents playing. So that is all efforts by South Sudan Football Association, because football at the end of the day is togetherness. It has to bring us together. We are brothers and sisters. When you play, it's not war. It's about getting together. But from the CECAFA side, of course, greetings from our president, Wallace Karia, who is also the president of the Tanzania Football Federation. Like he said, he's arriving tomorrow. But the CECAFA family is so happy and extremely happy to be in Juba once again, because this is the beginning of many things to come. Like he said, the stadium is now hosting South Sudan Premier League matches. Who knows? CECAFA might be coming here for some international tournaments. So with this stadium already ready hosting events, we are very sure that some tournaments will be coming here very, very soon. So let's do what we have to do. Let's give the publicity that we have to give for the development of football, because the fourth estate will take you very, very crucial in the development of football. Otherwise, thank you very much for spending time, for sacrificing to come for this press conference. Thanks a lot.
Okay. On top of that, we will have a separate gathering tomorrow on the 21st, and the location is Davinj. The media will come briefly, and then the rest of the activity will continue as planned. We will have a dinner for our guests, so that is also another gathering we will have at Davinj. And you know the times of dinner, yeah, in South Sudan. Mm-hmm. Our dinner starts from 4. Okay, it's not a lunch, and continue up to 6, 7 there. And to respect the government decision, we'll see how to go about that. But all the security arrangements have been made. All these presidents are under well protected. The government is aware. This General Assembly will be graced by the top leadership of the country. At the office of the President, His Excellency General Salva Kiir Mayardit has been made aware. All the vice president and the first vice president, the vice president for youth and sport gender cluster has been made aware. The Minister of Youth and Sport is aware. So we will continue. One of these important dignitaries will grace this important gathering. The friendly match will be here. We'll have SSFA team and the CECAFA team. I'm sure it's going to be a competitive game. Huh? Okay, CECAFA will try their best to win. We'll also try our best to win. And we believe the best will win. So if there are other things, we will update the media. If there are other things, initially it was announced to be Radisson Blue. It's no longer Radisson Blue. It's now Imperial. Radisson Blue has been booked for another event, and so we have also many options. And yeah, of course, it's so close to us. We all know Imperial Plaza. And for the media, when Andrew Jackson came last year, we conducted a very good and fruitful training with South Sudan sport journalists. After the training, we made a clear resolution that we will license journalists so that we continue to maintain you, we continue to build where we stopped. So we already have the list, and we will pick from that list, of course, and you will get your accreditation from tomorrow with Gabriel. It's going to be restricted, so if you do not have your registration made, so it's going to be difficult. The security will not allow you to access the venue. So unless you have questions. Okay, we will pick you one by one. Yes, let me start there.
Yeah, thank you very much, Albino. And Mr. Andrew, my name is Juba Emmanuel. I work for Alice Radio Maraya. My question goes specifically to both of you. We have been seeing CECAFA organizing tournaments in other countries. Do we expect this ordinary General Assembly to yield fruits of South Sudan hosting a tournament here in the future?
Okay, thanks a lot for that good question. The way it works normally during General Assemblies, it's like CECAFA doesn't force tournaments on member associations. The member association has to come up, put up their hand and say, we are ready and we shall be able to host this event. Because there's a list of tournaments, for example, for this calendar year 2025. So it is up to the 12 members to decide and say, okay, we shall be able to host this. Because to host a tournament is not just waking up and saying we want to host. First of all, you must get the guarantee from government. You see, there's a number of issues, because you might want to host, but if the government doesn't give you the guarantee, go ahead and host, then it becomes hard. So CECAFA doesn't force member associations to host. It is the member associations who have to decide whether they want to host or not. So let's wait and see whether South Sudan Football Association will put up their hand ready to host any of the events. Yeah.
And, do you think South Sudan is ready to pick up from there? Do you think South Sudan is ready in terms of the way things are going, hosting a future tournament, CECAFA?
Well, South Sudan is more than ready. It's a matter of plans. Some of the plans are in the pipelines. So hosting CECAFA games, perhaps CAF competitions is one of the things in our plan. So with the time, we will host CECAFA tournaments. So no doubt. We have this infrastructure satisfied by FIFA and CAF and CECAFA. So we will be more than ready. If there are a few things here and there to fix, these are internal administrative things, and yeah, we are open to do it. It's just a matter of time, and we are going to host CECAFA tournament.
My name is Johanna Kondo from EBC Radio. My question is, since South Sudan joined CECAFA in 2011, until now, 2012 place, there is no any events has been hosted in South Sudan. This time, we are going to host CECAFA General Assembly. What attracts CECAFA this time to bring its General Assembly to South Sudan? Thank you.
There was a question there.
Thank you, Mr. Albino. My question goes to the member of Sudan Football Association. They are saying they are not going to be part of this whatever because of difference between two countries those days.
Okay. Any other question? Well, I think this question will be answered. Your question will be answered by the CECAFA representative, but I will also make a very short comment. For those who have been with us for the past 3 years, you would have seen a lot of impressive leadership in regard to the football governance, football development. South Sudan have never abstained from all the CECAFA competition, the under-17, the under-20, the Pan-African School Championships, under-18, and they just concluded under-17 girls competition. All the CECAFA activities South Sudan have participated. I think this itself alone stand out for CECAFA. Secondly, also other competition in CAF, all the competitions under CAF throughout these 3 years, South Sudan have never abstained. We played a lot of international friendly matches. For the past 3 years, South Sudan have never played even a single international friendly game. But to engage our country with the rest of the world, we had to do it, not because it was not because we know we should have left it like the way others did it in the past, but because we want to open a new channel for our players. You see, put off that mic. Yeah, we would have done that. So to FIFA competitions, you have seen different nations in Africa withdrawing. They withdraw for reason, yeah. Similar reasons are with us. We could have done that better, but for some reason we said, since we're working to develop football in South Sudan, we have to commit ourselves. We have to pressure ourselves, whether with all this scarcity of the resource and all this, we have done this. I believe there are other reasons, but these are also basic reasons CECAFA cannot also deny having chosen South Sudan. Remember also, South Sudan president, the president of SSFA, is the vice president of CECAFA. They have their own ways of discussing CECAFA projects. Okay, so they have reason why they choose certain places for certain activities. For the issue of the Sudan, CECAFA have not confirmed that. CECAFA did not say the delegation of Sudan did not come because of the differences. Literally, we don't have differences between the two countries. What happened a few days ago is not a political difference. These are reactions from here and there, and that did not stop. That did not stop anything. The delegation, the president of Sudan has his own commitment, and so he delegated another person. So the representative of Sudan have arrived today. So I can confirm the president of Sudan Football Association is not absent because of the last incident of 2 days ago. Mr. Jackson also can also shed light on that.
Yeah, okay. Thanks again, Albino. He's made it very clear. I was wondering where you are getting that information that they are not coming, but there's a representative from the EXCO of Sudan Football Federation that will be coming. I think he's already here. And then his question, yes, it is SSFA that put up their hand and decided, let's have the assembly here. But in the past, because your question is in the past, we have not had CECAFA tournaments take place here. Maybe also the facilities were not, maybe because there are certain standards normally to host an event that you need to tick certain boxes. Yeah, is the pitch okay? Are the training pitches okay? How is the hotel? How is the transport system? There are a number of things. So if by then the leaders that were running football did not feel it that they were ready, so they did not request. This time round, maybe they will feel they are ready and they'll put up their hands and opt for whatever tournament that they feel capable of hosting. But let's wait during the assembly what they decide, you know, because it's at the assembly that all these things are decided. Yeah. But you will also, as media, just for your information, have the opportunity to, after the assembly, if there is any president of football from any of the countries around the region that you want to interview, kindly let me know early enough, then I can organize for you, so that, because that is the other way that you can do very positive stories, compare notes and know what's happening in other countries, and you get to do very productive and good stories. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. I'm Colin Mane. I work for Number One Citizen newspaper. My question, I'm going to pick from University statement and regarding football in the region. Previously, when you follow CECAFA competition, it's one of the strongest in the continent. This is typically shown by the number of teams participating in CAF Champions League group stages and Confederations group stages. I can give you a vivid example of Simba in Tanzania, Yanga in Tanzania, Gor Mahia, Tusker, and KCC in Uganda and Kenya respectively.
Hilal, Marek.
And Hilal. But this has drastically reduced. Do you think CECAFA is doing enough in steering the region back to its glorious moment? What has been some of the obstacles hindering the prosperity of these teams in the continental games? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
Let's collect
Very
another
good
question there.
There's another behind there.
Yeah.
We shall answer them at a go.
All right, my name is John Akode, working for Top FM. My question is, how significant is this assembly for the Republic of South Sudan, especially SSFA? Thank you.
Okay, about the teams, how they perform at continental level. CECAFA, one of the objectives of CECAFA is to provide ground or to provide tournaments so that teams can play at several levels. The youth, the women, and the others. So at the end of the day, we provide these tournaments as platforms for teams and member associations to come and bring their teams and participate. But when it comes to how they perform at continental level, it also something to do with the organization within the clubs. But you see, for example, we had the tournament last year for Dapot Kagame Cup in Tanzania. If you look very closely, Hilal, that I think they lost in the semi-final. In the final, Hilal from Sudan. They are in the group stage. They are in the quarter-final stage of the Champions League, CAF Champions League. And for us as CECAFA, that speaks volumes because they played till the final of the tournament. That means that the tournament that they played in Tanzania gave them enough build-up and training and more training for the players to be able to compete so well at that level. Yanga and Simba, unfortunately, did not take part because they had different schedules altogether. But we are very confident as CECAFA that these tournaments that we put forward help to prepare our teams so that they are able to perform better when they go continental. But also a lot depends on how organized are the clubs. You see? Because if in terms of planning how you travel, in terms of you pay your players, in terms of how prepared are your teams before they go and play, compete with the others around the region, it comes back to how prepared and organized the teams are. As CECAFA, we shall continue to provide the platforms. And in this form, these are the tournaments that we think expose the teams and our players in the zone as much as possible.
Just a follow-up question, Alice. Recently, we have seen a lot of withdrawal of teams or nations participating in CECAFA games, and then there has been no punitive measures or actions taken on these nations. I can give you reference of Ethiopia, Eritrea, Rwanda, withdrawing from competitions. This weakens the quality of the competition. The last day, under 17, there were around 9 teams to participate, but at the end of the day, the number reduced. Yet, CECAFA had already drawn fixtures, confirmed participation of these teams. Disorganizing the whole thing.
What was your question to me?
The same thing about quality of competition.
Okay, thanks again. Sometimes the withdrawals are out of our hands because member associations and clubs have different challenges, really. You see, they could confirm today, and in the next few days something else comes up. You see, and you need to respect that, because at the end of the day, if a club confirmed today and say tomorrow they have a serious internal problem, or the money they were expecting from somewhere, I'm just imagining, doesn't come, it is very hard for them to even make the trip and come for this tournament. But these things happen in football, even worldwide, where teams sometimes will pull out because of different challenges that are happening in the back room in the club. So, but every time that clubs and teams pull out, we deal with these issues as they come. It's not that CECAFA is being reluctant on how to handle some of these things, but we always encourage member associations and clubs to use this opportunity to send in their clubs and participate in these tournaments. Because football, if you don't play, if you don't compete, then it's hard to get better. How do you gauge yourself that you're actually improving? You see, so the onus is on the member associations and on the clubs to utilize as much as possible these opportunities, the platforms, and these are the tournaments that we have. CECAFA is one of the associations in Africa that has really many tournaments, if you look through, together with the COSAFA. So I think we are, in terms of tournaments and giving teams and member associations platform, we are doing quite well.
Generally, all the questions directed to him regarding CECAFA, from his side, he has answered. I don't remember your question. Was it the same? Okay. And you are well with your question. What was another question down there? Oh, significance. Well, earlier on, I did say this General Assembly for South Sudan has a lot of impacts. First of all, it tells the world that there is a potential in the country we call South Sudan, our own country. It's not an easy thing to host a General Assembly. It's not an easy thing to host 12 countries and other visiting countries in one place. So it shows the world that your country has football development. It shows the world that your country is ready to network with other countries. It opens also ways, okay, for investment. I know all those that are visiting at some point will create an opportunity between us and those countries to cooperate, whether commercial relation or improve the football diplomacy that already exists. You know, in Africa, we need one another. So having this platform for us shows our government that the world is paying attention to South Sudan. It's also a matter of time. I cannot confirm, but anytime in the future, we can also host FIFA General Assembly. This is normal. We are members of the FIFA. we can also host FIFA General Assembly. And no doubt, the president of FIFA has been coming here several times. The first country he visited was South Sudan when he took oath of his office for the first time. He visited our country. The first official visit he made was in this country. He visited our country he visited our country twice, and our country was the first association to endorse him when he contested for his second term. So the world is open to South Sudan, and South Sudan is open to the world. So this openness for us will create opportunity for the football development. That's the impact. That's the impact for sure.
We can close.
Any other question? Well, just a quick recap. Please meet Gabriel later for the follow-up of your registration. Those who already applied with us for the license, your names will be reviewed, and if you have also challenges with that, you can still find a way to follow up with him. And tomorrow we have a special dinner for our guests. Please come organized. I know our media is very organized, very disciplined media. Come clean. Maybe you will meet this president of this association, and they need to speak with very smart journalists. Okay? I want also to show the world that I have a smart journalist, a journalist who knows how to bring out a very important information from the leader. Yeah, this is the kind of journalist we have. These journalists in good number. Come clean, come smart, come on time. Yeah, review the rest of the thing with Gabriel, and we will still make more media posts if we have any changes. Thank you so much. Otherwise, Andrew, you have anything to say?
No. My last comment is simply to thank all of you for making time to come for this press conference. I know just after the two games, it is quite hectic when you watch two games of 90 minutes and then you spare time and come. Thank you very much. We don't take it for granted, but let's keep pushing. Let's keep promoting football, because at the end of the day, football, it's what we enjoy. The fact that we're in the stadium, that means we enjoy football. So let's do the best that we can do to promote and make football better in South Sudan. Thank you very much.